Hello and welcome CNG 124 to Monday as we start to dive into week 4's content. Let's take a look at it. Week 4, we're looking at the physical layer, layer 2, or no, physical layer, NICs, uh, hubs, let's see, physical media. We're talking about cables, if they're copper, if they're fiber optics, um, even if it's a Wi-Fi right now, which is wireless frequency, and even when we're getting into um, a new age called, let me see if I can bring it up real quick in a search, Li-Fi, which is developing using light signals. Yeah, here we go. Light signals to basically transmit data back and forth. Pretty cool concept. Um, I figure we'll get into some sort of as like we see technologies like Space Force and we start to move into off planet, I definitely see technologies like this becoming a key factor in transmitting data through a network because we can't string cables through space. Basically, I figure a point to point laser type transmission to get this done. Let's take a look at the slides for this week. Oh, this week we built cables. All right. Okay. Um, I think I'll skip the slides and go into cables this week. Make sure you have your lab kit for 124 online. Um, it'll have I don't know if it has scissors in it, but it might have scissors. It has cable. It has RJ45. It has a crimper. Has some wire. Um, but look at the videos and especially my homework videos. Um, Lab 4, yeah, okay. Which we build wires. Feel free to even Google, and here's another search when we go to wires, um, how to make Ethernet wire. We see a whole bunch of videos here on how the wire is supposed to look, steps to take on how the wire should look. Feel free to look up any way you want. There are many different styles and methods into terminating the ends of cable. I usually show you guys in class when we sit down that having these cables right here, as you see in these guys' fingertips, having them as straight as possible is the easiest method to do it. And then if we look at an image, we should see that the final, here's a great one right here, the final product should be crimped down on the cladding. I don't know what color cladding you guys are going to have for the kits, but make sure that crimp piece is on the cladding and not on the wires. Um, I'll give you feedback. I think the lab said send them in to me. I'm not on campus anymore. Um, take a picture of the side and the top, and then if you were to face it at you, let's see if we can bring up some more images. Um, Ethernet cable termination. There's a video here. Um, here's a here's a good one. Let's see if we can bring this up. So as you see, it's crimped on the cladding. There's a little bit of cladding in the RJ45 connector, and as you see, the the wire goes all the way to the end. And if we were to turn it on edge and actually look at it, do we have one? I don't see one over here. But basically, you want to look at it from a head-on position. So you're looking at this end at the top here, have the brass facing up and kind of look at it. You should see the copper from the wire very, very bright and the ends. If you don't see the copper, it's probably recessed into the channel. Oh, here it is right here. So if you're looking at like this point of view, each one of these 8 channels should have a bright piece of copper, and that verifies that, yeah, that wire is clear at the end there and the connection's good, and these little teeth here are crimped into that cable there. um, don't get frustrated with this lab. A lot of students, we're developing very small mechanical skills. It might take you 45 minutes to get one side done, but then on the next side, you're going to take about 30 minutes to get that done. That's okay. This is new to you, and unless you've done it before, um, you're going to have very little skill at doing this. So don't don't quit the course because of this. I usually have students quit the course because they can't do this lab. It's frustrating, but just keep with it, and you'll definitely get how to make cables. And you know what? You use cables all over your house, or um, like you have a couple cables all in your house. I'm thinking from the modem to the router. Um, Sometimes you have a firewall. Like I just had a firewall in my setup. I actually had to take it out because I got a gigabit connection, 1,000. Well, I should say it's gigabit, so it's 1,024. If I would say a gibibit, that's close to 1,000. So, and then this is kind of going back to week one, where we're learning out sizes of bits, or even A plus class. If you're taking CNG 120, gigabit, gigabit, different meanings when we talk to them, to people. But anyways, hop back on track. Look around your house for a size of cable that you need. And once again, router to modem is usually the one where they're right next to each other, or if they're not one device. Um, and if you need like a 30-foot connection or a 30-foot wire, let's go back over here. Amazon Ethernet wire 500. There's 50 feet. Let's go 500 feet. So if we look at it here, those are kind of expensive. Here we go here, 500 feet, bulk cable from Amazon, $32. So you have 500 feet. That should be enough to do almost any house. And you just have to buy the RJ45s and make sure you have a good crimpler. And probably don't buy the cheapest RJ45s to get this done, but probably spend a little bit of money on those ends, because those ends are really what matter to help you terminate. And you're going to see this when you start that lab. Really fun lab. You guys will dig this lab. Fiber optics, I know they have them at Larimer campus, and you could ask for a sample, but it's really interesting to look at fiber optics. And I'll see if I can't dig up a class photo of us working with fiber optics and actually testing the tensile strength, because there's Kevlar wound in there to give that little piece of fishing line, basically fishing line, or it could be glass, extra strength within that. Have a good week. I'll start grading here tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys later.